Let us attack.
I am the Overlord.
Dial C for Chaos. This is Group C, Day 4, JangBi versus Killer on Pathfinder. Looks like these guys are typing Yo Mama jokes already. Yo Mama's so fat, she tried to go through a Nidus canal and got stuck. That's right. But alright. That was retarded. Yes, I am kind of conflicted on this match. I'm very conflicted, actually, because I like both of these guys so much. These are two of my favorites, so I'm not sure who I'm really rooting for in this one. So I'm actually non-biased as a commentator. Wow, it's a very rare experience for a commentator to be non-biased. We all try to be, but none of us really are. So yeah, I like both these guys, so whoever wins, we're all winners. Baxter. I thought that was what Killer was going for before he changed to Killer. It's like he's gone back to Baxter. Or maybe that was the second one. I don't know. Except, down at the 8 o'clock position in green is JangBi, up at the 12 o'clock position in yellow is Baxter, a.k.a. Killer. I like Killer much better than Baxter. It's a lot more threatening. I think if you're going to kill someone, your name wouldn't be Baxter. But okay. Let's get the Who's Screwed, Who's Not So Screwed score sheet going. If JangBi wins... yeah, this is a similar situation that I talked about in the last game, Stork vs. Flash. If JangBi wins, everyone is tied, and the winners of days 5 and 6 move out. Another very interesting high-stakes 5 and 6. So yeah, the winner of day 5, which is Killer versus Calm, and the winner of day 6, which is JangBi versus Baby, both are going to be spectacular, I'm sure. The winners of those will move out into the round of 8. That's if JangBi wins. Now, if Killer wins... by the way, I have to say, it's very nice to see JangBi going for a Forge Fast Expand this time around. Yeah, had to add some snark. But yeah, if Killer wins, Killer is almost guaranteed to move out. Obviously, he'll have 2 wins, and he would just get caught in an upper rung tiebreaker is the only way he wouldn't make it out. And that's for 2 spots, so his, well, the percentage chance that he would move out if he wins is very, very, very good. But JangBi would rely on a lower rung tiebreaker. He would have to rely on a lower rung tiebreaker to get out. And I think that tiebreaker would be between Calm, Baby, and JangBi. He would have to rely on Killer beating Calm, going 3-0, knocking Calm down to 1-2, which would get him 1-2, and then JangBi would have to beat Baby, giving all of them 1 win and 2 losses. There's a hatchery coming up for Killer. I think that was a 12 hatch from him. Don't see the spawning pool. So yes, those are the stakes. Delicious steaks. But yeah, this game isn't going to decide the group or anything like that. Although it could potentially set up 2 very high stakes days at the end. By the way, the OSL Round of 16 is 6 days, for those of you who did not realize. Let's get some predictions as JangBi is trying to steal minerals, make it harder for Killer to mine.
Killer, give me my minerals.
Okay, so here is a prediction from Tech Zero, spelled with a 0 at the end. I don't think that's allowed. That's like dividing by 0. But anyway, JangBi is going to just storm the entire map. Awesome. But the JangBi just fighting the drones from behind the mineral lines, kind of using the minerals as a shield. Although he was taking some hits himself, I saw. Yeah, everyone knows JangBi for his storms. I think the Super Storm game was against Nada. I think it was JangBi versus Nada, where he went for the 5 bajillion storms in the middle, and he still lost, I think. I think he lost that game. That's the only part anyone remembers from that game anyway, so it doesn't matter. The gateway came up before the cannon, so JangBi wants to tech a little bit quicker, and Killer has already put down his 3rd base. At a very nice location, actually. He'll be able to kind of surround JangBi, so to speak. Yeah, if JangBi will try to go over and harass any of those bases, he should have Hydras, a line of Hydras ready to go to defend. And some of these predictions sound very familiar, like I've read them before. But I think I just copied and pasted them, tried to read them, and forgot to read them in the last JangBi game, so that's probably why. Hopefully I'm not reading all of these for a second time. But here's another one from Fian Wed, I think. Fanewed or something. Writes, JangBi will fulfill his destiny and finally get his 3rd silver. Yeah, I think that was one of my favorites. Here's another one from Tan4Dolph. Writes, I hope to see JangBi move out. We need another strong Protoss. By the way, these are all pro JangBi. Not a lot of killer love in the comments section of the preview video. There's probably some hidden in there. I'll find some more for the next killer game, I suppose. Here's another one from Mihail07. Writes, if JangBi takes this OSL, he will be the main character in one of the few truly epic Brood War moments. Go JangBi! 3 exclamation points! And that would be extremely epic, because JangBi has already taken 1 loss, and if he could work his way out of this group, it'd be so freaking awesome. But like I said, it's going to be very difficult for him to do that. Killer has been rocking it recently, and JangBi has taken a couple, actually not a couple, quite a few hurting losses against Zerg. And the strange thing is, yeah, it doesn't look like Killer's actually going for cheese, but I was going to say the strange thing is, it seems that all Zerg players have kind of, they all had a meeting, every single Zerg player. They shook hands and said, okay, from now on, we're only going to cheese the Con Protoss players. Because all kinds of Zerg players have just been cheesing and rushing and Hydra breaking poor Stork and JangBi since the beginning of time, it seems. Those poor guys. That's basically why they got knocked out of the Pro League as well. I guess everyone agreed that that was their weakness, was the Hydra break, so they decided to go for that. But another Stargate, actually, from JangBi, a hidden Stargate. I mean, you notice the second Stargate going. But yeah, he has 2 Stargates now. So, yeah, he's going to have a lot of Corsairs in the air. It looks like he's anticipating possibly a Muta build from Killer, but I haven't seen many Zerg players go for a Mutalist type of build on this map. Robotics facility at the front, so this probably means a Corsair Reaver build is going to be in effect. So JangBi, if he can fly around, take out a lot of Overlords, which he's probably going to be able to do, pumping from 2 Stargates, that's going to give him a lot of additional Overlord kills if he can steer clear of the Scourge. But either way, Killer, if he was going to go for a Mutalist build, I think he's going to back off from that now. He saw the second Stargate, so yeah. Unless he can take down all of these Corsairs with some very nicely placed Scourge, I don't think he's going to go for that. Obviously, he has his Hydralist in up already, so I think he's just going to try to get some Hydras out. But JangBi is still preparing for air, curiously enough. Oh, JangBi, uh-oh, some Scourge there hanging outside of the Stargate, but there are enough Corsairs now to melt Scourge, so JangBi might be in a great position soon. He is still upgrading the +1 attack for those Corsairs. The observers are looking at it, noticing he doesn't have that yet, but he's just going to be such a huge presence in the air soon. Killer playing smart, though. He put down a Spore colony, just one, though, at his natural expansion, but he does have a Spore, and he's hanging around the rest of his Overlords with his Hydras to protect them, to pick off as many Corsairs as he possibly can. But I believe those Corsairs do have the +1 attack now, so JangBi, if he groups up with them a bit more, he might be able to be a big presence out there, killing the Overlords all over the place. And JangBi, he was preparing for the Hydralist, and it looks like Killer is ready to attack. He's pulling down with all of his Hydras. JangBi was not quite prepared. He has 2 freaking cannons that aren't done yet. Killer might be able to pick them off. The Reaver popping out. Luckily, the robotics facility was at the front, so Killer kind of running away with his tail between his legs, saying, oh my god, there's a Reaver at the front. I don't want to attack just yet. JangBi's still going for more Overlord kills, but he's taking a lot of Corsair damage too. A lot of Corsairs going down, a lot of them being taken to red. But yeah, he has control of the air. But he can't be too cavalier about this. Can't push his luck too much flying over that Spore colony and the Hydralist, because he has to prepare for this Corsair Reaver build. He's not even pumping from his dual Stargates anymore, so he was possibly trying to make Killer pump more Scourge, waste money on Scourge instead of Hydras, but yeah, Killer is just going for Hydras instead. He's trying to fan back and forth, looking for air troops to snipe. And yeah, here comes the first harassment from JangBi. He's trying to fly up with his shuttle to get some harassment. Easier said than done. Killer has hydras everywhere, just working back and forth. He is anticipating the shuttle going up here. He might be able to snipe the shuttle. JangBi pulling back. JangBi was going for the 9 o'clock base, going to try to drop behind the 9 o'clock. But he pulled back. Now he's going for it again. Now that there are no hydras next to this base, Killer not going to be able to pull back and defend his drones. A couple of drones going down, but Killer says, hey, there's no Reaver. No Reaver at the natural expansion, so I'm going for it right now. Oh my god, this could be horrible for JangBi. He's got to pull back very quickly. He's coming back with his second Reaver, but that Reaver at the front doesn't even have a Scarab yet. Finally get the Scarabs off. Killer, so many Hydras pushing the front. Oh man, I've seen this type of build fail before, and I think it was Cal versus Hyuk, perhaps, when Cal went for the Corsair Reaver. I just don't think Corsair Reaver is that viable on this map, just because of stuff like this, huge Hydraless pushes from the players. It's kind of frustrating to see another Protoss player go for this, just like Cal did. I'm pretty sure it was Cal in the last OSL. On Pathfinder, yeah. I don't think JangBi's going to be able to survive this, even if he has his... Oh, he does have a Dark Templar out to help out, and it doesn't look like Killer has any Overlords in the vicinity. So this might help JangBi a little bit, but Killer's already taken down so much that, yeah, I don't think JangBi's going to be able to do this, even with his Dark Templar, even with the remaining Reaver. But Killer retreating for the moment. He knows that there's a Dark Templar in the mix, so he's got to be a little bit more careful, back off until he can get an Overlord in. But yeah, yep, this is going a lot like that last game from the last OSL, which I'm pretty sure was Cal versus Hyuk, where Hyuk went for a big break of the front, and the Protoss player was just not prepared with enough cannons. Not enough cannons. Tried to go out to harass, but it's too difficult to harass on this map with Reavers unless you're in a different position. Because I think this is the exact same position that the Hyuk versus Cal game was on. But okay, JangBi, his gateway's finally kicked in, but just too late. Yeah, gateway's kicking in too late. He is going for harassment with a Dark Templar, killing a lot of drones over at the 9 o'clock position, but I just don't think he's going to be able to hold long enough. Yeah, I say this a lot, but he could have used that Dark Templar harassment earlier. Put down the Citadel before his his robotic support bay. But yes, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Not gonna happen now. Although he's taken down so many drones, Killer's economy is very much waning. But he doesn't even need an economy now. He just needs to pump Hydras until he wins. Pushing into the main, JangBi has no natural expansion, nothing at all to defend himself now that the Overlords ran. So, yep, that's it. GG from JangBi. Samsung Khan, you stabbed my heart. But alright, JangBi down 2, and JangBi's going to have to rely on that lower rung tiebreaker to move out. Well played by Killer, though. Killer's one of my favorites. I can't be sad about this at all, because Killer's putting himself in a prime spot to move out into the round of 8. So, pretty sweet. Okay, guys, let's move on to Group D, or Group Z. Samsung Khan!